Welcome back to Oulton Park after the third race in the Bennetts British Superbike Championship weekend. Third place for Bridewell takes the championship lead into the next round at Oulton Park. Brad, that looked like a much tougher race for you. Can you talk us through it and sort of how you found it in comparison to the previous two?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I just went off at the start and then just put in as many fast laps as I could. Pulled a fairly good gap, but to be honest, I struggled a little bit with my arm towards the latter part of the race. I had plus 2.5, I think, to Tommy, but I just couldn't hold the gap. Done everything I could to stay in front, but just didn't manage to do it. But yeah, gave it everything. I saw Lee Bob was there as well. He passed me and then passed Tommy, and had unbelievable pace towards the end of the race. So well happy for Lee to get his first win today, and yeah, super happy to have another podium. It's not a win, but to be honest, yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend for me, so I'm quite happy.
And we move to Oulton Park next, which is the track where you took your first win in all those years ago.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to getting back there? And 3 races still puts you in with a chance of winning the money in the Milwaukee Spring Grand Slam?
Yeah, no, I'm really happy. I mean, to be honest, I'm happy to go into any track now. We don't seem to have a bogey track with the Yamaha. I'm feeling good in myself as well, so yeah, looking forward to getting to Donington. It'd be nice to have a rest for a couple of weeks now and then reboot and go again at Donington. But no, super happy and feeling really good.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you very much.
In second place in the third race today, Tommy Bridewell for Oxford Products Racing Ducati. Tommy, your first podium of the year. You pushed hard in race 2. It looked like you were going to be in the fight, but a small mistake. Bounced back in race 3, and you were really pushing. Brad had bridged a gap. You closed it. You took the lead with you, and then you come under pressure for him. It was a pretty hectic race. Can you please talk us through it?
Yeah, no, a little bit of a topsy-turvy weekend in some degree, because you come here from last year, when we were here at round 9, we had absolutely nailed the window of where the bike liked to be worked. I was riding at the top of my game, you know, we're fighting with then, you know, McCann's Yamaha. So I come here for round 2, and everyone expects me to go in, be doing that again, but the pace has got faster. So we've got a new bike, so there's a lot of factors in it that kind of put the pressure on us this weekend, but also was harder. So I'm happy with the way the weekend turned out. I think I've just learned that after crashing in the first race today, I've just learned that I'm going to have to be a little bit more patient, because the potential of the bike is very strong, but we need to understand the window that the bike likes to be working in. It's a bigger window, but it's trying to get it in that window first. So we made it, honestly, a really strong, bold change for that race. And it was better, still not right, but better. But crashing out of the race earlier, I just lost that last 5 to 6 laps of data for tyre wear. And to be honest, when I caught Brad and I looked on my dash and saw 35.1, I was like, this is slow, you know, from the pace we've been doing all weekend. And then when I got past him, if I'm honest, I actually really struggled to go quicker, just because I lost the rear tyre. So then Lee come by me, and to be honest, I could just see the grip he had. There was just nothing I could do. So chuffed for the first podium of the year. Really, you know, chuffed for the team. We kind of needed it in some degree, because starting at Silverstone is not our strongest circuit. So it's nice to now kind of feel like we've had a bit of a kickstart for the season. And I feel like we'll roll into Donington strong, and we can just keep understanding the new bike. And I think when it really matters, we'll be there to you know, to come out swinging.
That's great, and congratulations on your first podium of the season, Tommy.
Thank you very much.
And our third different race winner of the 2022 Bennetts British Superbike Championship season here at Oulton Park. An incredible first race win for Lee Jackson, and taking it for FS3 Racing Kawasaki. Lee, an incredible race. Earlier on you said you really thought you had a little bit more you could find. That race you delivered exactly that, taking your first win. You made quite a big move on Tommy at Shell. Talk us through that, because did you know you had to make the move then to try and get the win, or was it trying to just ruffle the feathers maybe?
Yeah, it's the race for me started a little bit slow. I didn't feel particularly great. I struggled in the early laps just to find a really comfy rhythm, and obviously race 1 this morning the pace was so fast, you know, and I felt like we could drop back into that, but for the first half of the race I just didn't feel that same comfiness on the bike. But once Tommy passed me, I found the rhythm straight away, and to be fair to Tommy, that just gave me that edge that I knew that I needed just to get me up to the front again. And Tommy did probably the hard work chasing Brad down, and as soon as we got to Brad I could see the pace dropped, and I knew there wasn't a massive gap behind me, but I knew that I had the pace to drop low back into 34s, so I just made them passes as soon as I could because I knew the laps were counting down. And I knew if I was leading and Tommy was second, he was strong in the middle sector, so I had to try and break that gap. And I came over the line with a lap to go with like +1 on my board, and that was enough for me to just try and relax on the last 2 laps. But we worked hard all weekend, not throwing tyres into the bike. We worked on the race setup, and yesterday's little mishap in the rain that cost us maybe 3 podiums, but definitely 3 top 5s. So yeah, I'm mega happy to get a second this morning now and take my first British Championship race win.
And you've been building up, you've been on the podium before, but how does it feel to finally win that first race in Superbike?
Yeah, I work hard, back home like everyone does. I'm my own biggest critic. I go away most weekends feeling like, am I good enough? But I know I'm good enough now, and finally to get my first British Championship win, it's given me some confidence going to Donington and hopefully keep the ball rolling to consolidate my place in the championship.
And how are you going to celebrate this evening?
Oh, I might have to get myself a McDonald's, but maybe a cheeky cider and a nice rest day tomorrow before getting back to it before Donington.
And looking ahead to Donington now, do you think you can carry that momentum? Do you think that's going to be another strong track for the Kawasaki?
Yeah, I think we've made a big improvement this year on the Kawasaki. The team's worked hard all winter and we've got the bike working really well. We had a strong Silverstone, which is not quite my strongest track, and coming to Oulton I've always enjoyed here, so moving across to Donington National I feel like we'll still have the pace, and yeah, looking forward to getting going and seeing what we can do there.
Congratulations on your first win, Lee.
Thank you very much.